You're listening to Book Club Babes. Let's get into it. Hello. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I just noticed my sunburn. Oops.
Girl,
My
I saw
bad.
that earlier. You are burnt. You are burnt.
I got my rock lobster on. Hi.
Oh
So
my, did you have shorts on?
if you see red up here, I think I also got a red on my forehead. So just don't
Yeah,
look.
you do. You do now that you pointed out.
Oh no, I shouldn't have pointed it out. Ah!
So wait, did you have shorts on?
I have short. Yeah, I've got also a burn on my legs as well. Yes.
I have a burn on my one leg where my tattoo is. I don't know.
No,
Is that a thing?
I
Is that a
guess.
thing?
Yeah,
Like the
I
sun
guess
is like,
it would attract it. Yeah.
yeah. Yes. And then
Interesting.
my arm is not at all like yours. I'm just gonna stop at your rock lobster.
A rock lobster.
Girl.
Oops.
Does it hurt?
No, it doesn't hurt. It looks worse
good.
than it is. It's
Oh,
fine.
good.
It's
Oh,
fine.
good.
My legs are worse off. It's fine. You guys can't see that though. It's fine.
Sometimes you just gotta stay in the sun all day. I'm
Well,
guessing you read the whole book outside.
I read the whole book outside, first of all. Second of all, if you don't know this about me, I love to shake and bake. So I love just putting tanning oil on and sitting out in the sun. So
Wait, you put tanning oil on?
no, I didn't put tanning on oil on yesterday, but now I will.
Oh,
That will
you
be my
literally
sunscreen.
do wear
Mhm.
oil. I thought you were
Yeah.
joking.
No. Now for the rest of the summer, I'll put my tanning oil on because I've got my base. I'm fucked in the head. I know, but it's okay. I've got a whole fucking system.
But sunscreen
But my tan looks really nice in the summer.
and cancer? Do you wear SPF on your face?
Oh yes. And I should have reapplied. I should have reapplied before I went outside to read the whole book or put my hat on to read my whole book, but I wasn't even thinking about that. I knew what I was getting into with the arms and the legs. I did it to myself, yes.
But they're so red.
I'm just a red person in general, and the green wall is not helping. But anyway,
true. Well, I can actually see the t-shirt line that you had on as well. Oh my gosh, girl. So, well, at least you got that vitamin. You're just showing off how much vitamin D you got.
I'm just, we've been deprived of the D all winter, and I had to get the D.
You had to get that D, and now it shows.
I was craving that D, if you know what I mean. That vitamin
you
D.
needed it. You needed it all over. Give me
all over.
D.
Give it to me. Give me that D.
That's what the siren was saying in our book. Ayo.
Apparently. What's new? Anything new?
Well, I'm not enjoying The Lake of Lost Girls, and I'm 80 something pages in, and was thinking of doing Linda's rule, where if at 100 pages I'm still not enjoying it. So we'll see. But I was sitting out in the sun yesterday too and wanted to read, and so I started reading Haunting Adeline.
Okay.
Which is apparently
Girls into
haunting.
No.
It's a dark romance that has like a fucking
Is there a ripped dude on the front with his pants unbuttoned?
No. It's got like stalking in it, but at the very beginning of the book.
Okay.
I'm like shooketh because at the very beginning of the book, let me read the like intro to you because I was like, what did I just get myself into? I think it's a kind of like a niche romancy book. Let me see. Hold on.
Whips and chains, handcuffs.
Yeah, I think it's kind of maybe something like that. But we'll see. Okay, there's a warning. I don't know. Can you see that?
When your book comes with a warning. Okay.
It says this book ends on a cliffhanger, which I fucking love. Like, thank you.
Thank you.
The contents are very dark with triggering situations. This book was previously taken down. Let that be your warning.
Yeah. Okay. Dark romance that has been taken down at one point.
Yes, smut, enemies to lover, thriller. So we will see. I'm looking and it's got a lot of 1 stars.
Oh.
But it's got got 3.95 rating. So I don't know.
Okay. Interesting.
I don't know. But other than that, nothing.
Nada.
Well, something was wrong. I've been listening to that. But anyway.
Oh, yes.
What about you?
Ooh, I finished Broken Country.
Did you cry? Did you cry?
Yeah. I don't even know what to think about that book.
It's just an emotional book, eh?
Yes, it had you thinking, feeling, yeah, all of the things.
Yes,
it made me emote. I emoted.
Ew. No, not the emoting.
I don't like that. Oh, my Alexa Pro does not usually let me do that.
You're on the Lexapro? I'm on that Zoloft, baby.
Oh, shoot. You get
What antidepressant are you on, babe?
Yeah, let us know. Tell us.
Let us know in the comments.
Let us know in the comments. Can you still cry?
This is the antidepressant club, babes. That's us.
Well, also us. Yes, exactly. But other than that, I need to find a new book. So to listen to.
To listen to. I was going to say that we have a new book to read from our new hockey bud.
Oh yeah, that's so cool and interesting.
Isn't that fun?
Weirdo.
I don't remember his name. What's his name?
Kyle. So an ex-NHL hockey player, Kyle Wellwood, who was actually drafted by my team in the beginning of his career. And yeah, he's a hockey player who wrote a book that has some hockey themes. It's called something Boreal. Sorry.
Edgar and the Boreal Crown.
Yes. So it has it sounds like there's going to be some conflict, but through the eyes of a girls' hockey team.
Yes. There's it's like the main guy has a 16-year-old daughter, and then there's a women's hockey team element to it, and then there's also like a political element to it, which sounds very interesting. And I'm still okay. This is so bad. I'm gonna admit it though. I'm still not over the fact that a hockey player has always wanted to write a book and then fucking did. Like, I don't know, something about that. Just I'm like, complex. Like,
yes, complex boy. Hello.
I'm actually really excited to dig into it and see, what kind of a book a hockey player can write.
True. Yes, I'm excited and interested to see as well.
Yeah. And it takes place in Vancouver, so that's cool too.
True, Canadian. Also, cool other little thing, just because I have it right here and it's holding up my mic. The book that I worked on, I have to say, it's on Goodreads now.
Oh my God.
Rob has it on Goodreads. So if you're looking for a book about Canadian, it's not really, it's dystopian, but like within our own world, it's not like far-fetched. It's pretty interesting, very political. But anyways, Canadian. Anyways, if anyone's looking for a good book.
And I heard Christy. I heard Christy mention something about maybe hearing your voice in the intro to the audiobook.
True, there is an audiobook, and it is me. Hello, welcome to Tomorrow Incorporated.
But not the whole thing. He reads the whole book. Yes. You just intro it.
He reads it himself. Exactly. Cool. So you might hear this little girl's voice if you pick up the audiobook. And I'm pretty sure you can get that on Audible and Apple Books. So you should be good.
Dang. That's fun.
Cool. Those are my updates. I just saw that Rob had his book up on Goodreads now, so you can count it toward your reading challenge. Yes.
Nice. Well, I did see that you were reading it, and I was like, oh, I wonder if she's reading it. But then I was like, oh, but I'm pretty sure she's listened to it.
I've read it and listened to it.
Hell yeah, girlfriend. You should mark it as twice. Get 2 books out of that.
Really, truly.
Oh my gosh.
Other than that, we don't have any new babes this week, and I don't have any bookkeeping. Okay. But should we remind the babes of our next book?
Yes.
Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry.
I think it's gonna be so good, and we're reading chapters 1 to 19 for the first week.
Perfect.
And just a little reminder, May has 5 Thursdays, and so we will be taking the last one off. So we'll be with you for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
including this one, 3. Yeah. And then we're taking that last week off. So enjoy and have fun, etc.
Yeah. All right. Should we talk about the end of the Sirens?
Let's do it. I gotta say, I have my new hair. We've already talked about it. Just so everybody knows, I have this new hair.
Oh yes, sorry. We've talked. She's so cute with her little dip dye ends. Giving sirens.
This is why I'm telling you, okay? It circles back. I'm telling you. So I posted a photo of it, and then Rach commented something about like how sirens of you. The color, it's Manic Panic. The color is literally called Siren Song.
LOL. Oh my goodness gracious. Funny? The universe.
Yeah, there's like a full little
it's the exact same color.
Yeah, it's the exact same. It's pretty much the exact same. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because I thought that was fun, and I really wish that this book was better.
I really wish this book was fun, not like your hair. Oh, I shouldn't be so hard on it, I guess, because I don't. There was aspects of it I think I liked.
Yes,
I think.
Well, do you want to talk about the plot and then like?
Okay, yes. Okay, so like this week we like meet up with them again into part 2, and we start finding out about what is going on the ship with Mary and Eliza.
They're I found all of their chapters so fucking boring.
Boring, yes. Yeah, they're a little boring now. Yeah, they like show up in Rio. There's like warning that they're going to be used for something else because they can't sell the rum. So like there's a threat of them essentially being human trafficked as we know
Which it sounds like it's going to happen that way anyway once they get to New South Wales, because they're called, what is it called? The breeding, the women
female
farm?
Factory.
Female factory, right? I was like, breeding farm, what is it? It's just as bad.
Same diff. It's giving a little bit of Handmaid's Tale, just for breeding, essentially.
True.
Yeah, and like they can have the pick of the litter, essentially. Gross, hate it. Blech. But Lucy wakes up on the beach in the water this time, up to her legs, and she's like, what? When did I end up here? She had walked there the night before after she talked to fucking Melody and realized it's her fucking mom in the newspaper.
So essentially she realized that her sister is not her sister. And she was like, surprise! It gets so much worse.
It gets worse because there was a small little thread, again, mention of the podcast saying like, oh, there was a theory that it was actually her daughter, but she had such bad postpartum depression that the father made it seem like covered up the crime as a rescue, that kind of thing. And it's like, so she was like holding out for hope for that. Lucy was,
because she's like, yeah, it actually is my sister. Yeah, you're right. Which is, I fucked up last week. I said that one of the guys who died had saved Baby Hope, but it was actually their dad that saved Baby Hope.
And Daniel was there though. Like
he was there, yes, but he died because he was bad and didn't have anything to do with the baby. Like I don't know, I just fucked up. Also the woman on the boat is not Birdie, it's Bride, which I have no idea how to say that. I should have looked that up. Bridie?
Oh,
which would be
Bridget,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's Birdie, and that's how I read it the whole way through, and I didn't even my mind didn't even think anything of that.
Okay, perfect. I mean, I read it as Birdie until I picked up part 2 and was like, oh my god, I was wrong. I'm embarrassed.
I'm wrong the whole time. I never even noticed. And she Britty is using herself to her advantage to get some drink and get laid by the sailors, which
and intel, etc.
intel, she gets information and etc. when they're going to be pulling up to these places. She knew where they were and what is going to happen to them, essentially. And the other ladies are not very supportive of her extracurricular activities.
The one lady has a kid, which at the beginning, I was like, okay. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, what the fuck? You didn't have a single person you could have left that kid with? Like, instead, you
Right?
decided to bring it with you?
Yeah. And the thought of them trying to come, like, honestly, being on that boat sounds like hell. Like, they are on the ocean for months, months, plural, plural. That's terrible.
Yes,
And
a very long
feces
time.
and water and piss and shit and
No
fuck.
food, nothing. And Mary and Eliza's friggin' hands and feet are
Are
melding together.
they're becoming webbed.
And they're having something weird opening up in their throats.
The one lady, I can't pronounce her name, Aofi.
Aofi? Yeah, I think that's what it
Aofi.
is.
She is the oldest out of all of them,
Oh,
and
fuck. This was sad too. But like
that
what
part's
was the relevance of this part? Like how did this
right.
help the storyline along?
Well, first she was like very upset when they caught a shark
Yes, yes.
and essentially saying what is happening, like they're gonna come and eat us, like this isn't a shark, this is a mermaid, essentially.
Was it? I thought it was literally
Well,
a shark.
I literally thought it was a shark as well, but then they were talking about how they look like fish. I don't know. I'm confused. Like
I don't know.
they don't
I don't
look,
know.
seem like they look beautiful, like you would think
No.
a mermaid.
No. I
Because she
don't
was talking
know.
about how the shark had scales at one point.
Right, and sharks don't
And I'm
have
like, sharks
scales.
aren't scaly? I don't know.
But then they ate it. Ugh.
Yes. And
I
then she
hope it
start
was
they
just a shark.
then they started just having like, then their dreams got like really crazy.
Hmm.
Ugh.
Honestly, I was just like so over the dream to I can't even remember her sis. What's the sister's name?
Lucy and Jess.
Lucy. The dream to Lucy every single fucking time, it was just so boring because we'd have the dream and then Lucy would wake up and she would just recount the fucking
Rehash it.
dream. And I'm like, yo, we literally just read it. Like, we're good. I'm
Mhm.
good. I don't need, I feel like the first two parts of this book were so drawn out. Whereas in the third part, when we get to know Jess a little bit more,
Mhm.
like that story was awesome. I wish
Mhm.
that that was like sprinkled in throughout to keep the storyline
Right.
interesting because it was
Yeah.
just so boring. Like I was just so
Mhm.
bored.
Like instead of only hearing from Jess through her diary entries, like having
Yes.
her perspective, like first person
Yes.
perspective throughout
Yes.
and what she's
Yes.
thinking
Yeah, like
throughout.
it could have been like even more mysterious. Like she
Mm.
could have made it in a way where it's like, is Jess dreaming or is this reality when um what's his name? The teacher, the sketchy, creepy teacher dude, Hennessy.
Hennessy.
When
Yeah.
Hennessy shows up, like she could have almost could have introduced that with the diary so that we know about creepy art teacher, but then she could have like made it this whole like, because you're like, there's no way she's gonna take him down to the cave for that long, but
Mhm.
like she literally does. And
Mhm.
I think that it would have been really cool to just have had that like more incorporated into the story and not just like it felt very disjointed. And
Mm.
I don't know, it just wasn't, it just didn't,
Fair.
I don't know,
That's
it just didn't hit.
yeah, I have to agree with you with the like throwback to 1800 and the ship. Like it is because she just rehashes everything
Mhm.
that happens in the dream
Mhm.
anyways, which is
Mhm.
their reality. But in the end, the Aofi, she like sacrifices herself for like the good of the ship because they're all gonna
Yes.
get fucking fucked on the ship anyways because they stole the rum.
Yes.
The ladies stole the rum, which fuck
Yes.
yeah.
But
And
you know,
then
survival.
but survival, exactly. They weren't getting any like water or food, so they had to. And she like sacrifices herself and takes the blame, gets the beating, and then the ship crashes and Mary decides, because I feel like Eliza has already decided, like, yeah, I'm going to be a mermaid, or sorry, a siren.
Yes.
As soon as her mom left, she wanted to go with her
Yes.
mom.
Yes.
From
Oh,
the
yeah, that
beginning.
storyline was see, I wish there was more of like the explanation of that as well.
Same. I felt like there wasn't like enough, and like same with the parents. I'm like, I want to know more about
Yes.
like what were they thinking.
Yes.
I feel like I haven't gotten any information about the
Yes.
parents.
Yes.
But
Who
they've
played a
played
vital role.
the pivotal role.
Yeah.
Right?
Especially at the very end, like getting just like that. I think it was even the epilogue. Was it the epilogue where it was just like, oh yeah, by the way. And you're like,
Well,
hey.
37 years earlier when
Yeah.
fucking Gaio actually existed, Martin, or that's his fake name, but like
Oh my
whatever.
God.
Yes, I also had some frustrations. And what else though? I liked I felt like I did kind of like Jess's diary, but I feel like it could have been maybe a little bit different delivery.
I had a hard time with Jess's diary because it was written like a story, and there is no teenager that would write like that. And so I was
Yeah.
like, it shouldn't be called Jess's diary. If you're going to write it with dialogue and like write it in the exact same tone that you're writing the entire book, it should just be like Jess 1999. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't need to
Yeah.
be her diary. If you're going to make it her diary, then you should
Yeah.
write like that
Like
person would be writing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because then it would switch up the pace and stuff too. But
Good
I don't know,
point. That's a good point.
but I did like Jess's story. I liked her, you're right. Like I liked her diary entries, and I liked the end when she came back into it, and I liked Jess's thoughts, and I really loved when we found out like what happened with Lucy and Jess and like her reasoning for all of that. It's like because in the beginning, Jess is talking a lot about how she feels so distant, or Lucy's talking a lot about how she feels so distant from Jess. And like we get answers to why that is, and they make sense. And I like that. Like I really liked having that perspective. But it was just at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like Lucy's bits, I didn't mind her as a character. I know that you like a character that's like making actionable like stuff like that. I understand that. I thought she was likable. But it felt dry. Like she felt like very one-sided. Like
Yeah.
she's just like, woe is me. I feel disconnected. And then she's like, oh shit, it's because my mom's not my mom. And then I also found out that my sister's adopted too.
Fuck. Actually, the way that you put it, like it being like one-sided, like very 2D, that is how the most of the story felt to me. Like it was very not like fulfilled. Like it was all just very like,
True.
here's the ship. Here are the girls on the ship. Here's Jess. Here, let's add a podcast element into it, which we only got like twice.
Yeah.
That was bizarre.
Bizarre. So strange. So strange. That was a note. I was like, it just like randomly in the one thing because she wanted to make it fit in her head, like, oh, maybe Jess is my sister because of that one theory on the podcast.
Yes, yeah. It was really, really weird. And there was also another, the snake skin. I was like, okay, so you're just gonna look at this fucking painting and see a snake skin and be like, that's the one I gave her. That is it. And then it turns out that it is, but like, how the fuck would Lucy know that?
Exactly. There are definitely like plot holes. There's like left wanting more, definitely, sadly.
It feels like not fleshed out fully. Like it feels like all the elements are there for it to have been like this wayward kind of story.
It would have been
just didn't get there.
Interesting. Like get rid of part 1 and 2. Start with Jess being like fucked up at the beginning, being like, I'm like fucking murdering this fucking guy in the cave because he fucked around with me as a child. Start with that, then be like, I've got a daughter that nobody knows, and then go into that whole thing, and then like go into like, what do the sirens do under the fucking ocean? Like that would have been
I wanted to know more about that. Absolutely. I wanted any sort of, and then the only we haven't talked about it yet, but at the very end of the book, we find out that Lucy's biological dad, Jess's adoptive dad, is actually her biological dad because he be fucking a siren.
He'd be fucking around on his wife is what he'd be doing.
I literally hated how that was written because he's like, my wife is so sad. She can't have a baby. Oh, it's terrible. I feel she's heartbroken. I'm just going to go fuck this siren real quick.
Twice.
Like, and that was the other thing. I think last week I figured it out when I was listening back to the podcast about how I was like butthurt about the woman in the admin building being not like for women. I think what threw me off was that Wayward, all of those characters were like such strong female characters, and we loved that. Like that's and so I guess I was kind of anticipating that from her again. And then to have that female character like immediately not be like a woman's woman, I was kind of like, ugh. Yeah. And then having the dad who I thought was a good character, like I thought I liked him, but then in the end I'm like, well, no, I don't like that you're fucking around on your wife, your depressed
who just
wife.
had a miscarriage, and so I better just go fuck around in this cave with a fish. And yeah,
like,
it was
I think that siren was supposed to be Mary because when he asks for the name and she says Mar or whatever, and like we get a little bit about how Mary always wanted to be a mother, and like that's cute, like it kind of like wraps up that little storyline, but then makes a whole fucking mess of this other storyline.
I didn't like how she was like, because they were talking about like they're having a conversation, the dad and Mare or Mary, mermaid lady, are having a conversation. However they communicate, it's almost it doesn't even talk because like when you're in mermaid world, you communicate telepathically.
Like they were just talking underwater, and there can't be
thinking.
Talking.
Yeah, exactly. So then I don't know how she's communicating with him because he is clearly a human. So that's confusing. And then essentially he's like, yo, all the dead like all the missing people. And she's like, yeah, but they were bad people and you're different. How is he any different? Cheating around on his husband?
Or on his wife.
On his wife?
Yeah.
Cheating husband?
I will say, to play devil's avocado, she's a siren, so she probably called him. Like perhaps she knew that his wife was longing for a child, and so she called him, and he was like under her spell or whatever. But like that's bad. You can't be morally gray when it suits you. Like that's not how that works.
He be cheating. Yeah, how is he cheating. Different?
Yeah.
I mean, like, yes, he's not a pedophile, and no, he's not beating his wife, but like you're emotionally hurting her.
Like if she found out, imagine, that's what I want. I want an epilogue where the mom finds out about everything.
Who you fucking around with?
Yeah. And like Jess is your real daughter? Like, don't you think that would have been good to have fucking known at some point?
Yeah. Fucking weird. Or like, and the other freaking weird part is that she like finally picks up the phone call from her mom and is like, okay, sorry, Jess has been missing all week and I didn't tell anybody.
I know. It's weird.
And then the mom's just like, don't read any more of the diary. Bye. It's like, oh, okay, well, obviously I'm gonna go read the diary.
Yeah. It was, but then there wasn't any more of the diary.
No, there was no diary, just the ultrasound photo of herself. And she finds out that she is actually Jess's daughter, like Kate called last week.
Yes. But there was one redeeming factor.
True. Because we thought fucking Creepo was gonna be impregnating her, but it ain't her. It ain't him. It's Max.
It is Max. Aww. And then at the very end, Lucy and Max get to
they get to meet each other as father daughter for the first time, which would be fucking crazy. And anyways,
and like did Max know? Did Max ever know? Or did he just find out then?
Right? Because then when he finally calls her Jess back and Lucy picks up she's like, oh, actually, I was just hoping you knew where my sister was. And he's like, oh, I thought she might want to talk about, well, actually, never mind.
Yeah.
And that
And
was
then
that
like, no, I haven't
conversation.
talked to your sister in forever. Okay, bye.
Goodbye. I'm busy. But like, if you were busy, why'd you pick up the phone and call? Like,
and also, I don't know. So she go I feel like we're bashing on the book, and I feel bad because
sorry.
honestly, the cover is beautiful and Wayward was so good. If we have any babes who are listening to this who have maybe are agreeing with how we feel and have not read Wayward, please erase this book from your memory and go and read Wayward. And then it'll be redeemed. But you know how she goes and must be the very chapter, or the chapter at the very beginning when there's a woman giving birth in a cave. Obviously we know that that's Jess who went and like, did she know that she was close to her due date? Because it didn't seem like she was. And then she goes and gives birth into a cave, and then her dad finds her.
But also, everything is just blamed on the pull of the ocean.
Yeah. True.
So like, I think pretty sure when you're like, how did she know it was her due date? She's like, I felt a pull.
True.
I found out that this is where I was actually found, and I went back there because I had an intuition.
True. But what about her dad?
Yeah, I don't know why he just shows up. I guess because he must know. And they lived in that house.
Yes, they did.
Already lived in. Yes, they lived in the house with the mom and dad.
Yes.
So like, is it just him knowing? Like, oh, well, this is the only place she's gonna go because she's been butthurt about the adoption shit.
True, but she told them that she was going on a field trip. Like, what about that made him suspicious? And you can't tell me like, oh, father-daughter bond or whatever. Yeah. Like, it just because
she was in like, a right fucking cave.
She was in a literal cave, and he just shows up like, "Hi, baby, it's me."
Hey, but I guess that's where he also found her, but I don't fucking know.
Conceived her in the fucking cave. But then at the very end, when the dad goes into the friggin' so like, I guess Jess and Lucy kind of turn into like sort of sirens.
Jess is like ready to go, but I don't know. Like, it doesn't. Then they're like, actually, better save our dad and not become sirens, because it sounds like once you change, you can't unchange. It's not like you can go in and out of the water.
But they had been like,
but they had. It's like, I guess because they're not fully committed to the siren life. Because that's what it's almost seemed like Eliza was doing to Mary. Like, are you ready? Like, and it was like a lot of like, are you ready to do this kind of thing.
And speaking of Eliza and Mary, we do find out that their mom was absolutely a siren. And there was this weird thing about how Mary had like erased the story from her mind because she felt guilty, but then it was like actually Eliza. Like, I feel like it's so layered, but the layers don't.
Yes. And I do feel bad. I love Wayward, and I think that it would have been really cool to like maybe understand a little bit of a world, because she could have made any kind of world up, but understanding a siren world or whatever, I feel like that would have been really cool. And also, oh frick,
I agree. Whatever you're gonna say, I agree.
Frick. Oh, right. I read a little bit of the acknowledgments, and like right off the bat, she's like, this book was so hard to write, and that she like started out. Just drop my babe. Sorry.
Oh no.
Drop my babe.
No, go get it. Go get
it. And she said that she started over 3 times. She had already she written 300,000 words and deleted it all.
We can tell.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry.
No, she's never gonna listen to this. It's I guess that's what happens when you write an amazing first book.
It's hard. I can't imagine. And like, I'm just thinking of myself, the pressure to live up. Oh God, kill me now.
Right. I'm just trying to think like, what kind of element, like she's done like witches, and then that had like a natural element. So it makes sense that she's going like earth, wind,
Mm.
fire, water, right? So we've had
Oh,
earth
okay.
and
Mm-hmm.
water, so wind and fire. It would be cool if she was able to do like some sort of mythical element with fire
Mm-hmm.
or the sky like flying or something,
True.
but
Yeah.
have it be more natural like Wayward was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I did feel like it did feel a little forced, I guess.
Hmm.
And I also this just came into my mind because it felt like a little repetitive, like
Yes.
him
All the
showing
mention
up.
of the skin too. Like,
Yeah. And like we get it. They're turning into mermaids.
yeah,
Um, I guess. And I also found it weird that she didn't say mermaids at all, but I guess maybe
there's two separate things.
okay. A
Yeah.
siren and a mermaid are two different things. Okay.
Yeah. I don't
Sorry, everybody.
in like lore, I guess.
See, she should have gone into that. Then I would
True,
have
true, true,
known.
true, true. Yes, some context for sirens would have been really cool. Even like,
Because like I feel like okay, witches. I feel like people know about witches. People know
mm-hmm,
about vampires. People know about
mm-hmm,
zombies.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I feel like sirens aren't something that people like it's not a popular
No,
mythical creature that people kind
no.
of just already know a little bit of the details on.
Right.
Because literally I just thought it was a mermaid.
Let's look it up. Are sirens and mermaids the same?
I don't think they
Um,
are now that you're thinking saying it because like a mermaid doesn't have gills, they don't have webbed hands and feet, like they just have a tail.
This is what the Googs is saying. Well, both are mythological creatures associated with the sea. They have distinct origins and appearances. Sirens
There
are
you go.
typically depicted as bird-like creatures with the upper body of a woman, known for their enchanting voices to lure sailors to
Mm-hmm.
their doom. Mermaids, on the other hand, are half fish, half woman creatures, generally not considered inherently dangerous, though they may still be seen as alluring. Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
So half bird. So the sirens are supposed to be half bird, half woman, which was also, I had actually looked that up and saw that. And I was like, I'm just going to disregard that I heard that because there was no mention of that in this book.
No,
Which, like, if you're going to be
definitely
sirens, lean into
gills
it.
and fins.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she missed the mark. Sorry. That's just
Yeah.
mine. What did you rate it?
Oh, fuck. I was trying to think about that today. Like, I want to give it 2 stars, but I'm going to give it 3 because the cover is really pretty.
The that's fair. I felt like it was meh, so I was gonna go like 2.5 or something. Like meh,
2.5. Yeah.
take it or leave it.
I wouldn't recommend this to like
Mm-hmm.
Linda is like, should I read it? Deb is like, should I read it? And I'm like, no.
No, wayward if you haven't.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's I don't know, if you're bored, maybe. I don't know. I just
Mm-hmm.
like you're saying, like it seems like the characters were 2D, the plot line was 2D. Like I just wanted more.
I felt like she was doing too much. It was too
Mm-hmm.
much. And if she
Mm-hmm.
just streamlined it down, I think it could have been, well, obviously a different book, but better.
Yeah. And maybe like lean like it could have been cool if Jess was the main character and
Mm-hmm.
not Lucy because
Totally.
Lucy was
I
so
don't think,
boring because she wasn't doing anything.
truly don't think the only reason she's there is for the investigative purposes,
Yeah,
really. Like,
exactly. And she
but she
didn't
didn't
really
really even do that.
no, she really didn't investigate that much. Even like the sirens taking the bad men, like I that
Mhm.
wasn't even fully
It
like
didn't seem fully fleshed out either because then
mm,
she was like, oh, maybe it has something to do with the numbers and I should be counting numbers from here to there. And I'm like, wait, what? When did we
like I
decide
want
that?
yeah, I want Lucy to have like a hit podcast. I want
Mhm.
that in my epilogue. Like
Yes. Yeah, because and like that's what she was saying at the one Christmas dinner where
yes.
Jess did attend and then
Yes.
things went downhill from there and how she's like, I want to make podcasts and stuff.
Yes.
Make her a podcaster.
Yes. 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 Totally. And even I like again, I liked Jess's storyline, how we found out that
Mhm.
her mom didn't want Lucy to become a journalist because she didn't want her looking into her own
Mhm.
life. And like
Mhm.
Jess saying, no, let her do what's going to make her happy. I don't know. I just really liked Jess's character, and I think that it could have been bigger and not just at the end.
Definitely. Yeah, I 100% agree. I think that there could have been a lot more. I know that it sounds like Mr. Creep and her meet up
Hennessy.
and rendezvous quite frequently again in the future. And
which I also hate
that too, that she keeps going back, because I want her to be a strong character. And I just found that them being like, well, it's only 6 years age difference and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, yeah, when you're older, it's different, but like you're still a teacher in authority and it's a child.
Yes, it should never happen.
Not good.
No.
But she could have totally explored that more, like kind of gone a little bit, not so much, a little Dark Vanessa vibe, like going into that, finding out a little bit more, and then finding out, well, they didn't even actually do it in high school. So surprise, it's Max or whatever.
Yeah. No, that situation was weird. Weird.
It was weird.
It was a weird book.
It was weird. It was weird. It was weird. We could definitely go more into Mr. Creep, but honestly, ew, he's a gross pedophile and predator. And I think that's all we need to say. It's not, he gets his justice in the end. The sea takes him. Bye-bye.
But how come the sirens never came?
Again, I don't know. I don't know. And I'm
perfect. Like Mary could have showed up. Hi, I'm your mom.
There's inevitable options. There was inevitable options.
Come check out my lair and see if you want to be a siren with me. And then we could have gone and checked out the lair, and then Jess could have been like, no, my daughter. And then it could have been like, woo.
And then it's their life in the fucking under the world water. Fucking anyways.
I don't know. All right, so you're giving it 2.5.
Yeah.
Would you recommend it to anybody?
Honestly, what I would say is, if you haven't read Wayward, read that first. And you could probably skip this, but if you really enjoyed Wayward and you're looking for something to read, if you're looking maybe a little bit more on Sirens, a different type of mythological creature, maybe, I don't know. Like if you're done with vampires and zombies and shit, maybe Sirens, I don't know. But also just watch Wednesday on Netflix. I think the Sirens on there have more depth. But anyways,
there are sirens in there.
Yeah,
nice. Yeah. Yeah, I was prepared for it to be underwhelming, so that's good at least. But I was still really hoping and wishing and waiting.
But that does not mean that I won't read more of hers in the future.
True. Same.
Sophomore slump.
Same. I agree. And I'm really looking forward to Emily Henry. It'll switch up.
Yes.
Switch up the pace. Should be good. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
See you next week. Goodbye.
Bye. Oh, that was cool. Goodbye. We're sirens. Goodbye.
Look into our hands.
Thank you so much for listening. Please join us over at the Book Club Babes Facebook group for book discussions and to make your book recommendations, or on Instagram at bookclubbabes.pod.
If you'd like to reach out to us directly, you can email us at bookclubbabes.pod@gmail.com or contact us on our website at bookclubbabes.ca. If you love the Book Club Babes podcast, please tell a friend about us. And until next time, bye!